They can see us and hear us? I believe so. I'm still
Hello.
learning,
I have to go check in a different room.
but I'm gonna. Hello.
What do you want?
Hi.
See if it's working right now. I can see it.
There we
Sorry.
go.
I can't tell if there's
Confirmation.
audio, but
We're awesome, guys. We're not disastrous one bit. Hello.
The fridge is dead over here. We are disasters.
we're back.
I am Brian. We are back. That is right, mates. Nat Disaster for part 2, part B of session 20 for the Heist season Nat Disaster. My name is Brian Creevy.
There we go.
And the DM, the Disaster. Thank you to Aisha Kobe, as always. But yeah, we are riding off the tails of last night's session 20, Part A, which we had with Conlon and Andrew playing their roles of Rainn and Delsin as they split off to go have dinner at the Mark Pass venue. We're here with the rest of the party, minus a Callum. Is this much better? Is this much better now? Mike's closer?
Keep talking.
Well, minus a Callum today. Callum is sick, so Callum, we hope will feel better and be able to play for our next session for Rest Up Man. But we're here with the rest of the party with Vicky and Brian. We'll start over with down below, though. Vicky, introduce yourself for this game.
Hi, I'm Vicky. I play Andy. He is a Tabaxi monk rogue, who now is a very lucky cat.
Very lucky.
Yes.
With a cat named Lucky.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It was an omen.
And then, the other person here today, we have Mr. Maines. Introduce yourself.
I am playing Serenity. She is a succubus. Oh, I just closed that damn tab. Yeah. You know, just normal things.
She's the
Yeah,
succubi, incubi thing.
Yeah, she does what she wants. Quite literally.
Yeah.
Whoever and whenever.
And this is the little crew we got going on today for Part B, including, for at least a little bit before he mysteriously branches off of the words of his patron once more. Seabreeze is with you guys, the Kenku that Callum plays, as well as Paul, the Midwestern, Minnesotan, average man that joined this heist to just seem like it's fun, and now he's got...
He's a cabbage man?
Minnesota.
We never went over this.
Average man.
Oh.
Average. Though,
I thought you said cabbage.
Though, I mean, to be fair, he's kind of like the Cabbage Man, except now he's got a patron now, so, you know.
Yeah.
But, following the adventures of him today, as you're waiting for a dinner going on with your other friends. But, yeah, we'll see how everything goes today. I'm intrigued to see how this goes. Andy and Paul and Serenity haven't really been, alone together before, so we'll see how this trio goes and what type of chaos you guys can get into. As always, no sponsors. We're still trying to get the Twitch affiliate. 8 more followers on Twitch, please, to get us to there. Just to get a little bit more promoted. You know, all the gist. Subscribe on YouTube. Like, share, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff, please. Just help us out. We want to get there just so we can tell this story for more people. But without nothing else really to say, no sponsors or anything, I think we can let session 20 part B of the Heist Campaign's Disasters unfold. Previously, on that Disaster Heist, you guys had just finished up a fight with the Pot Tyrant. Made it to Normal Shop of Normal Things, where you met Normal and her assistant, Christiana, who seemed to have this very interesting shop. This place that seemed to almost be storing items in it as well, which some of them were stored for you all from somewhere out of time, space. Andy wasn't really sure. Serenity, I don't even know if you probably were grasping anything that was going on there or just accepting it at face value. But you guys did shop a little bit, get some new gear before being rushed out of the shop, and then going over to Paul's house. The whole group going there for the first time to have a little bit of a meal, recuperate after what had gone on before splitting up for the night's activities, only to plan to reconvene at the Rainbow Tabaxi Club over in the Infinite Rainbow later tonight after both of these two side quests, side missions are taken care of. Afterwards, after a little bit of a talk before you guys split, Seabreeze, Andy, Serenity, and Paul, you guys head out over into Haverwing's Edge, heading over towards the Rising Wing. After hearing about Paul's mission from his patron, Faith Favor, needing to deliver these two acid jars that were given to him, stored for him in normal shop to some place behind the Sharpened Touch weapon shop, a place where Andy knows all too well about that place, as that is where Andy did grow up. That's his parents' weapon shop. Now, you guys, right now, you guys are just separated from the group. You're heading off into the street, and yeah, the city is yours. Right now, it is the late afternoon, early evening. The sun is still up, but it is setting over in the western area across the cities. The buildings are blocking them for the most part, but they're not beyond the crater or the shade shower forest yet. So you do have some daylight around, but you can start seeing some of the people who light all the lanterns around the city. They're starting in the outer ring right now, going around to try to get everything prepared for nighttime. You guys are walking through the streets.
Okay. First I just want to see, like, how does Paul look? Does he seem like excited? Does he seem a little freaked out?
You see Paul right now. He's walking. He's leading you guys in a way for the first time walking. Roll an insight check.
Okay. 25.
25. Okay. You can tell right now, it does look like his eyes are kind of darting back and forth as he's walking in front of him. You get the sense that maybe he's having a conversation right now in his head. From the way it looks on his face, he doesn't look excited. He doesn't look worried. He looks like he's trying to focus.
Okay.
Like almost like he's trying to remember details.
Okay. Okay. I guess I'll follow him. Is Lucky with us?
You look around, roll a perception check.
Okay. Man, my die is rolling really well for me. That's a 23.
23. You do look around, and on one end you don't see, and then you look to the other side, and you can see Lucky is right behind you at this point, about to curl between your legs. It's been about 5 or 10 minutes since you left Paul's house. If you look behind, you no longer see Seabreeze following behind you all.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up Lucky, and can I try to see if I can maybe see where he left? Like, is there like are there any like water drips on the ground?
If you're just looking perception, if you're taking time to like scavenge the ground, investigation. And are you telling your teammates as Paul and Serenity are walking forward?
I'll do perception, because I don't want to get too far behind everybody.
Okay.
14.
14. Looking in between people in the carts that are passing by, you're not able to spot any type of water droplets. You do see the occasional drain in this actual street where you know the canal runs through, where there's all the pressurized water underneath the city. But you don't see any type of water droplets riding the streets.
Okay. I guess I'll just come up behind Serenity and be like, our feathered friend left. I don't know where he went.
Well, we were all told to meet up at the Rainbow backseat, so
Oh, that's
maybe he'll
true.
meet us there.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe as a patron called for him.
I don't like him going off alone so much. Kind of makes me anxious.
Yeah, I get it, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Guess. What do you think about that thing?
His patron?
Yeah, his patron.
I've never met him, so I can't tell you. Might be a nice guy, might be helping him, or it could be the opposite.
I find it hard to believe that something called elemental evil might be nice.
Depends upon how he is.
I guess.
It's
Maybe
all dependent upon the perspective.
maybe it's like a scary boogeyman nickname. You know, like
Yeah.
when you're like, oh, I'm the evil Andy. I don't know. That's
It's a very good possibility.
I don't know. He just I don't know. He worries me. I don't like it.
Well, he does his work. He might find out that it will help us later that he did this, or
Maybe I'm
knows?
being too protective. I have only known him for a few days. I like him and I want him to be safe.
oh yeah, we all want him to be safe, but sometimes you gotta let adults be adults.
Is he an adult?
I don't know.
Bird. I don't know how birds age. Paul, do you think that Seabreeze is an adult?
Huh? What? Seabreeze? Oh, he looks at you. Oh, did he head up?
Yeah.
Yeah, he vanished.
Yeah. Do you think he's an adult?
I mean, it's hard to tell by how he acts, but I
Yeah.
think I don't see too many Kenku around. He
Yeah,
definitely
me
looks
neither.
younger than the one we met with that Cairo.
Oh, that's true. But that one looked old, right? It had all its feathers
Yeah,
missing.
seemed like that one has been around for a while. I don't really know how long they typically survive for. I think
Me neither.
It might be close to humans. I don't know.
Can I think about can I think about whether I know how long Kenkus live for?
Roll a
Me too.
history check.
Ooh. I'm really good at those. 3.
15.
15. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm pretty sure they're humanoid age, but I just want to make sure.
And he's just like, I have no fucking clue.
You do know, Andy, you have no idea, Serenity. You get the idea that Kenku typically reach their maturity in their very early teens, or like 12, 13. They live to be average around 60 years old.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's not a lot of time.
Hey,
You said
sometimes when you yes, I'm gonna
Okay.
inform.
Oh. That's not very long to live.
Oh, he's most
No,
likely an
but it's-
adult. That I don't think he's like younger than 13.
Oh, I mean, we wouldn't even know. He could be like 5 and we wouldn't know.
Maybe we should ask him next time.
No, I don't think he's that young.
I guess we could ask him, be like, hey, how old are you?
How
old are you, Paul?
What's the exact age? I know the range. Give me 1 sec, just to make sure. Say, I'm 43.
Oh.
It's been interesting. 43 years. I've been in Zista most of my life, or at least around here. I have been.
What about you, Serenity?
Is that really something you ask a woman?
Well, sometimes you're a man. Turn into a man so I can ask you.
I'm 140.
What?
Paul, like,
Yeah.
he's taking a sip of water, like.
Holy shit.
How long do you live for? Do you typically live for?
A long time.
Clearly,
Wow.
that's that seems like it matches up with the elves. Those guys stay around for a while.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. My lifespan got shorter.
I mean, gee, that's that. Do you know how that works? Does that follow along with what
Well,
you turned into?
I mean, I don't know for sure. It would be weird if I was a cat man that lived as long as a half elf, wouldn't it?
I mean,
I don't know.
I'm not
I don't
sure
know
how
how
all
it
that
works.
magic works either.
I never asked. I
It's
don't know.
it's a weird
Didn't really come
skill.
to mind until right now.
Maybe that's something your teacher would be able to help you out with.
I guess.
Yeah. You talked about him with such high praise. He sounds like a pretty intelligent person.
Yeah, they're really cool. I feel like it might be odd to be like, "Hey, teach, when am I gonna die?"
Maybe that is true. That is an odd question to ask somebody.
Yeah.
He like stops for a second. He like looks one more time, like he's just looking into space, like he's focusing for a second. Ah, oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. It's okay to be distracted. I do it all the time.
Yeah, just a little bit nervous. I've never. This is some. This is more than I thought I was gonna get into when I got with you guys.
A little nervous to go into the pipeline too. I mean, I always hear that it's dangerous, but I've never been down there. Kind of
Yeah,
weird that something could be more dangerous than the Undersister, right?
yeah. I mean, they always told us growing up as kids that this is where all the demons, all the monsters come from in the city. Especially years ago, there's a big surge of them at one point.
Hmm. Do you think
Some
that?
people are just afraid of what they don't know. It
Yeah.
might not be as bad as everyone says.
Do I know? Do I know that succubuses are like demons or devils?
You don't have enough knowledge to
Yeah.
understand. They're devilkin.
Okay. I'd be like, well, I mean, Serenity's nice and she's devil, so I mean,
Are you from down there, sir?
No, I'm well traveled. But sometimes humans are more of a demon than us demon can.
ooh,
I feel like Andy actually went.
yeah, I did. That was in character.
That's good insight, Serenity. I didn't know you had perspectives like that.
Well, when you're just you're
When you're this
kicked out of
old,
many
you gotta
different
get it.
towns.
You gotta get wise.
Yeah. When you see it firsthand, your race and people that you know and personally have been kicked out of many different places, towns, just because you are a demon can. You learn.
I guess
Humans aren't as
at least you
humans
can
aren't as
hide
nice.
it, I guess, if you need to get by.
The one thing about my race that's phenomenal. But you don't. You also become afraid to be who you really are when you have to hide yourself all the time.
Is that what stay in Zista? You seem pretty yourself most of the time here.
You learn to put on a facade.
Oh, so all of this horny shit isn't really.
Oh no,
Serenity?
that's who.
Yeah, I
That's
figured.
the race thing.
Facade. That's
But a lot of other aspects of me are not.
facade. That's the second time I heard that word today.
What is that? What does it mean?
You put on an act.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Paul's like, yeah, that. Sorry, I've been just learning the meaning of it too.
Something to like fake.
Yes, you put on an appearance to others.
It's funny that Serenity is the smartest person right now.
Yeah.
Intelligence of 14.
I mean,
Wisdom of 14 too.
I guess I can kind of relate to Serenity like that a little bit. I mean, I'm not the same self I used to be, but at least you can go back if you want.
Yeah. Not
I'm-
always want to be who you truly are.
I mean, I don't really mind being tall.
Do you feel different, like more than just physically than how you used to?
I mean, it's hard to tell because it's been a long time too, but I think so. It feels a little different. I'm a lot more energetic now.
That's one thing. No,
And
everybody can say
trust
about
me, I was energetic before too.
Honestly, I thought you would be more cat-like. I guess it might be just because you're feline race.
Oh, and yeah, I guess I do. I do have some cat-like things. I like to eat bugs sometimes.
Oh, I was thinking the naps all over the place more
Oh,
than being energetic.
well, I don't need to sleep. So,
That might be part of the reason.
yeah, yeah. I meditate sometimes, and sometimes I sleep if I want to, but because it does feel nice still. It's
Mhm.
just I don't have to do it.
Paul thinks for saying just like magic is such. That sounds like magic to me. Like that, it's such a weird concept. Everything that can happen from it. I can't imagine what it's like to not have to sleep.
I
I'm.
mean,
I need my coffee in the morning.
a lot of elves don't have
Oh,
to either. Elves can just meditate at night. It's not too different.
Makes it feel a little unfair growing up, though, not having any of these capabilities, starting with nothing.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I was a little more human before.
Yeah, but even even the half elves like what you used to have dark vision and see at night. I mean, Serenity,
Yeah.
you can change your form, just be.
I can see the dark. It's just red.
Yeah. Wait, you see in red?
Yeah, shades of red, and it's kind of like looking or through a flame.
I didn't know there was different. See, even stuff like that. I mean,
Hmm.
being born human, you have really nothing. You start from scratch. It's just a little bit. I've always thought it was a little unfair.
Maybe, but at least then everything you get, it's something you've earned.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've, I think I've earned something. And you see he like holds on to his side a little bit where the dagger is.
I've got claws now though.
That dagger might be more of a curse than a good thing, though.
Oh, it's just like what Otto said a few days ago.
Hmm?
So you gotta take curses and try to find the benefit in them, I guess. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like his hearing brain thing?
I mean,
His dance.
the dancing too probably is something. He seems like he makes the most of it. He's just like he grips the dagger a little bit harder. He's just like, I I don't like what happens, and he looks at his hand for saying, but I gotta make the most of what's been given to me. I guess it's all I
Oh.
have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe after all this we could help you learn some other stuff so that you're, not just depending on the dagger, you can have some other
Oh yeah.
skills.
You should also see if the dagger will remove that inability to touch other things
And he
without
thinks for a second.
poisoning.
He thinks for a second. He just says, Fate's favor says that that could be something in time, depending on how much I help give."
Hmm. Well, we're helping right now. What do we get?
Um, I get more favor from him, I guess.
Hmm. Okay.
I just
Well,
don't trust it.
I'm doing this as a favor for you, Paul, and I kind of like elbow him. I know that I'm probably gonna take damage, but I elbow him a little bit.
Strangely, no, you elbow me side and nothing seems to happen.
Nice.
I appreciate it. And from what he's told me so far, this sounds like it's the right thing to do. I'll tell you more about it in a bit.
Okay. Well, I
Uh,
trust you. I think you're a nice guy. I don't think that you do anything bad on purpose. So.
Oh yes, definitely not on purpose. Might be accidental.
Hey, give Paul some credit.
We all make those mistakes, though.
That's true.
I didn't mean to knock down Wind Whisper. I mean, he was Wind Whisper then, but Seabreeze after the Eye of All.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, I threw a hammer through a ceiling. Man, I'm gonna think about that for like the rest of my life and just be like, man, why did I throw a hammer at a ceiling?
Sometimes you just do things instinctually. When Wind Whisper handed me the dagger, I didn't even hesitate. I just grabbed it, so it seemed like the right thing to do in the moment.
Oh,
Maybe that's the
you
same with
didn't have
the
anything to
hammer.
protect yourself. Yeah.
You were just trying to do something to protect us.
Yeah.
I have a question, Andy.
Hmm?
You seem to know Rain more than all of us.
Oh, yeah.
She doesn't seem to. She keeps a lot to herself. Do you trust her going into everything we're about to do?
Oh, yeah. I trust Rain. I know that she can seem kind of, distant, but she's really good at her heart. I think she just likes to pretend that she isn't.
I have a feeling that she's been through a lot and is hiding who she truly is.
Yeah, she seems to be able to lie so easily. It seems like I don't know. I trust her.
Hey, you baby.
Okay. I wish that she
No problem.
I don't know, shared a little bit more. It doesn't seem. I just have this feeling.
Well, I mean, from her side, you guys are really just employees, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That's one way to look at it.
I am her
I hear
friend.
Conlon laughing in the other group of sound conversation. Okay, sorry.
I'm her friend, but I mean, she and I have history. She doesn't have that with you guys.
She doesn't really know who we are.
She doesn't like to get close to people. Even I kind of struggle getting her close to me sometimes.
Well, maybe everything we're doing will help her trust us a little bit more.
So, I feel like she could use people that she could trust.
Yeah. Alright, at this time, you guys are coming around to where the Sharpened Touch weaponry shop is, Andy.
Boy.
You're looking ahead, and you can see you're the same weapon shop that you came to know, where you grew up all the time, with the sign on the front, with the symbol, which I have now officially dubbed for your weapon shop. Your parents have a snowflake that seems to be slashed right down the corner. It's the symbol for their shop on the sign. And you can see, as you are approaching the area outside the front of the shop, there seems to be a very large charred spot in the middle of the street. And you can see one lamppost is knocked over on the side, and the window to what was your room, Andy, also is just smashed inward. You can see the curtains kind of blowing outside the window.
Oh no.
Huh. Paul?
Yeah?
Do you mind if I take a second just to make sure my parents are okay?
Sure, do you want to
Yeah, do you want backup?
in case
I mean,
anything's wrong?
I guess in case someone's like robbing the store or something.
Okay. How do you want to just go in the front door? Or...
Yeah, I live here, so I'm gonna
Okay,
open
you
the
walk
door.
off over towards the front door. The door is closed at this time, but you know it's not locked.
Yeah, I'll open it. I live here. I'm allowed to open the door.
You open up the door, and you can see the inside of your weapon shop. The swords and shields, the armor lining the racks in the front area, and you can see over in the back where the actually metalworking is done. You can see your father out at this time. He's working, looks like, on with an actual sword right now on the actual equipment back. You can see soot kind of covering his face, his black hair down to his shoulders a little bit. He's got the apron on, and he's not paying attention to you at first. He looks like he's just stuck in his work.
I assume I have to duck to go in through the door, so I'll duck to go through the door.
We've had this door conversation.
Yeah,
in previous
I know. I
sessions.
just like the idea of having to duck. Okay, I think it's funny.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll just be like, hey, Pop.
He's hitting for a second. He's like, oh, Andy, hey. Oh, I didn't expect you to come home. Oh, your mother will be thrilled.
I'm just here for a minute. I just wanted to see if everything's okay. I saw the shop outs looked hurt.
And he takes like the little working goggles he has, puts it on top of his head. He's like, yes, sorry. There was weird storm attack the previous night. Everything's fine. Luckily, at that time, we were giving a shipment to some of the Dialchi care soldiers, so they were able to help us, but it was quite a little bit nerve-wracking. There was smoke and clouds inside the shop for a moment. It was a little bit wild, but they drew it outside.
There was one in the shop?
Well, it struck down right outside, but quickly did start filling the shop a little bit after. The soldiers were able to draw it out a few moments out after those. Nothing more than window upstairs got damaged.
So you said that was the window to my room, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna go head up and make sure all my stuff is okay, but I just wanted to check that you guys are all right.
Okay. And are these some of your friends?
Oh yeah. This is Paul and Serenity.
Hi, I'm Paul.
Nice to meet you, sir.
And he's like, nice to meet some more friends of my son. And I'll just be another minute. Your mother's in the back too. Do you want me to bring her out? Are you staying for dinner?
Oh, actually, we have something to do, but maybe in a couple of nights I'll come home for dinner.
Okay. We know your mother and I know you're very busy over at the monastery. And he looks and says, "It seems you have made more friends now." So
yeah,
kind of like in a way, kind of. He knows you're not much like your parents with Knock too. They know you don't have the most friends that you bring around.
I have
with you.
so many friends. What do you mean?
That you bring around back home. Though.
Yeah,
you don't
that's
typically
true.
bring friends back. He's just a little bit. He's smiling, but he gets back to his work. I'm sure your mother will want to see those. I'll quickly get her, and he puts his stuff down. We'll be out in one moment.
Okay.
All right. Do you head up to your room?
Yeah. I'd like to go upstairs. Could you guys come with me?
Sure.
Yeah.
You guys follow Andy up the stairs to the second floor. You can see where Andy used to live. It was this flat, one-room area above the shop, and there's a bunch of dividers that separate certain rooms, like his parents' room, his room, a little living space in the center, and a small kitchen off to the side. You notice the divider that was holding up next to where your room and where your parents had like a rudimentary upstairs bathroom. The divider seemed to have been knocked over as you get up there, Andy. There is glass, tiny shards on the floor, but for the most part, it looks like your mother has cleaned up most of the mess.
Okay.
What do you do?
Could you guys help me look around? I want to see if anything is missing.
Okay.
Okay.
Of
So
course.
somebody can roll an investigation check with advantage.
I think I'm going to aid someone else because I'm bad at that. Probably Serenity is probably the best in the group.
Investigation?
Yeah.
No, I only have a +2.
I have a -2, so.
Paul has a +1.
Okay, so Serenity, take advantage.
Okay. Let me put my dice. Damn it. Ugh. Oh, there it is. Oh. All right. So I got an 11.
Damn.
11. So you're looking around the room. Nothing that you do notice. It looks like that some of the wood did get wet for a little bit, but it has dried for now. The only thing you do notice is it does look like the top blanket of your bed does look like something did like hit it, and there's like a tear down the center.
Okay. This is just kind of
Flop dice and I'm better.
Yeah, I guess I'll just pull back the blanket. Does it look like anything underneath is damaged or?
Underneath, as you do lift up the blanket, it does look like it didn't tear through anything other than the top blanket layer. The sheets underneath of the bed itself are not charred, but they are wet still. Looks like your bed hasn't dried.
Okay. Ugh. Andy just gets like a weird chill down his spine, I think, because he's kind of noticing all of these coincidences.
Paul's looking out the window for a second. He turns back and sees you, and like, you okay?
It's just weird.
What's weird?
Kind of like they're looking for something.
I feel like I don't know. A lot of the places that were attacked, I go to a lot. Maybe I'm paranoid, I don't know, but it hit my house, it hit the monastery. It was in let me think. This is me checking my notes, not but it is also Andy thinking.
We're calculating.
There's one next to the clubs out in the Infinite Rainbow. I go there like at least once a week. I go dance. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of creepy that all of these storms hit places that I spend a lot of time in.
Does this happened before? Storms don't attract you or anything?
I don't think so. Have I ever noticed that storms are attracted to me, Brian?
Mystery check.
You got it. It's a 3.
This is the first time you've had a weather pattern seem to be following you around.
Yeah. No, this is a new one. This is a new thing.
Well, last night's storm.
Maybe
was
it's something that you have.
Maybe.
Yeah. Or, I mean, last night's storm was just crazy. It could have just been freak weather.
Coincidence.
But
Or maybe not something that you have, but something that has come in contact with you.
3 out of 4. There were 4 storms, right?
Yes.
So 3 out of the 4 storms.
Where was the 4th one?
It was at the the magic place where the Origins Institute. I don't. Is there anything near the Origins Institute that I go to on a regular basis?
Not that you can think of. Only thing that comes to mind with the Origins Institute to you is how those who fought in the fight in the break are all sorcerers, all students there.
And that is near the Eye of All, correct?
The Eye of All is over in the corner of the border, so that's not over in the Origins Institute.
Okay. Oh, there was one near the Eye of All, though, in the Rising Wing.
Mhm.
Okay.
Paul walks across the room and just
One here. We're in the Rising Wing.
yeah.
Okay.
Paul walks across the room, just looking at the place you grew up in, goes over to the kitchen for a second. He looks out the window, and he's just like, "Hey, that's where we need to go."
Oh, I come look.
And you guys both walk over and look out the window with him, and you look behind your house, Andy. Paul seems to be pointing at the dead center of the area behind your house. It seems like it's a four-way intersection through like four different alleyways go out to this open area, and at the direct center, there is one of those grates that covers the canal. The super hyper pressurized like magical water that passes through the city to help with the newer districts, the middle class and upper class, actually have some sort of indoor water in a way. It's just sitting in the direct center of this circle square behind your shop.
Yeah. Ugh.
He says that it's a magical mirage of some sorts. We just need to pass through.
Paul, could you ask your friend if it knows if my parents know anything about this?
He looks up for a second. And he looks back down. He's just like, not that he seems to know.
It just doesn't. I don't
Sorry.
get how we lived here for 10 years without any of us noticing.
Sorry, he doesn't share too much. He doesn't think
No,
it's relevant.
okay. Sorry, I guess I'm just on edge. Let's
You can hear
It's
the
understandable.
call from downstairs seems to be the voice of your mother.
I'll go downstairs.
And he heads
I will
down.
follow.
Serenity follows. Paul's the last one. He looks outside the window a little bit once more, and then heads back downstairs. And you can see your mother, and with her long blonde hair, she's got right now another one of those workman's like aprons on as well. As you know, both her and your father do some of the blacksmithing of this area. And she comes and she takes the apron off and puts it on the side. And she's like, "Oh, it's wonderful you stopped by, Andy. It's been a few days. What's the
Hi,
occasion?"
Mom.
And she comes
Oh.
and she pulls you in for a hug.
I'll give her a hug.
Your father
Nothing
said you're not staying for long?
No, we were just stopping by on the way to something else, but I saw that the house looked hurt, so I just wanted to see if you guys were okay.
Oh, yes, it was terrible. I'm so glad you were over at the monastery. It seemed like a freak storm. I would have struck your bed with you sleeping in it. Oh, I'm so glad you were over at the monastery. It makes me feel
Yeah.
so good of the decision we made those years ago.
Yeah. I do not mention to them the storm was also at the monastery.
Regardless, you got straight.
Yeah.
She's like,
Well, I'm
but
glad that you guys are okay.
Of course. Have they been teaching you well over there?
Oh yeah. You know, Carson. They're great.
Yeah, what a wonderful man. He's always shown genuine concern for you ever since everything happened, so I'm glad he's still taking good care of you.
Yeah, of course.
Well, but you can't stay another 45 minutes. I can have something ready for dinner with you and your friends.
I just look at Paul. I'm like, what do you think, bud?
It's kind of a time crunch thing.
Okay.
She's like, "Oh,
Sorry,
are you
Mom.
helping your friends out with something?"
Yeah. Paul has a errand he needs to help run.
Um, I'm just glad to see you're still helping people out as much as you can. Always my good
Oh.
boy. Pulls you in for another hug one more time.
Yeah, I'll hug her.
Well,
Aw.
you know, we'll have everything in tip-top shape in another day or so. Just gotta clean everything off a little bit.
Yeah.
It's been different since you've been gone, but I just want you to know your parents are doing very well. We're elevating the business up quite a little bit. They say we're the new up-and-coming place.
Oh, I'm happy to hear it.
Yeah, hopefully sometime soon. And your father says, hopefully sometime soon we can maybe even elevate up further. It seems like the Nialchi cares are coming to us for more shipments. And he pulls out one of the swords right now that he just finished. You can see the snowflake with the slice through emblem emblazoned on there itself. Because they've been really liking our steel recently. They've been coming for more shipments. We've been working day in and day out.
Well, I'm proud of you. That's so great.
And if you ever need a place to go, I'm sure you can always come home and could always use an extra hand around here. I know you never really picked it up like your father and I, but we could try.
It might be hard with these, and I just like gesture at my claw hands.
It's just about the elegance of it. You need to have a steady hand.
Maybe I can try sometime soon.
But I guess I don't want to hold you. And Paul's just like, yeah, I'm sorry. He like winces for a second, just like, yeah, we need to head out. I'm sorry,
Okay.
Mrs. They're like,
Is that all?
Ryrick. Nice to meet you, Paul says. And he looked like he was going for a handshake, yeah, and then he just turned and walked up the door.
Yeah.
Your mom's
Okay.
like, strange friend of yours, but
Yeah, he's a little skittish.
well, I don't want to make somebody nervous. Anyways, go help your friend Andy, and if you need, like I said, if you need someplace, I'll always have your bed ready for y'all. I'll actually go change the sheets right now. She heads up the stairs really quickly in like a rush.
Okay. Love you.
And your father laughs, and he's just like, he loves you too, Andy.
I know.
She gets something stuck in her head.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'll see you guys later.
Be safe, Andy.
You too.
And you head outside.
Yeah.
You can see Paul was there, and he's just like, sorry, just insistent.
No, it's fine. It's I'm sorry for taking a detour.
No.
So they said how their shop is becoming a hit. Rainn's the
Trying to put pieces together in her head.
yes, it's a big thing. Fucking
It's that gif right now of that woman who's just looking and you see the numbers flying by her head. She's
where we went to go eat that one time at the tavern. They had also said that they're getting moved. Maybe they don't know, and this is all something in the works. Because both of them weren't as big. I'm not saying anything about your parents' shop. I'm saying it kind of is getting a little suspicious that two of these not as known places are now becoming really big hits.
Is Zan's tavern in the same part of the city as my parents' shop?
It's the exact opposite. Your Rising Wing, which is the southwestern corner of Ascension Square, and Zan's Tavern, the Angel Ears Tavern, is actually right now, it's in Fortune's Skyward, but it's about to be moved to Inner North Row.
Okay, so are those the same circle of the city, or are they
North
both?
Row will be the same middle circle, but right now in Fortune Skyward, Zan's Tavern's actually in the fifth ring of the outer section, which is the Dragon View District.
Okay, so right now my parents are in a more upper class section.
Better than Zan's, yes.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm just curious if maybe there's more shops that this is happening to it, and they're using those as a cover for something else.
Maybe, or maybe they just I don't know. Maybe they just...
It's a possibility that they're doing very good and they're about to move to something better.
Yeah.
But I think there might be a hidden agenda, maybe?
Maybe. I mean, we heard about those attacks out in Ladris. Maybe they just need more supplies.
That's a good possibility. I'm just thinking that maybe there's also something else in the city-wise. Not saying like anything bad about your parents. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there might be something going on behind the scenes that they're pushing for.
I guess maybe we could mention it to Rainn. She's better at putting things together than I am.
At this time, you notice Paul had already walked away from you guys. He headed down the alleyway towards behind the shop.
Yeah, I'll also stealthily head back.
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right. As you guys are heading back out over to the area, you pass along the side of the Sharpened Touch in the alleyway beyond. Until you get to that middle alley. Right now, the sun seems to have, for the most part, set. You can see just the purples of dusk just covering the alleyway, and the lights are starting to be lit up around this section too. Just the outside street, the alleyway you're in right now doesn't seem to have anything other than just the glow from people's houses nearby. It doesn't seem to be any traffic in this alleyway at this time, and Paul walks over to the grate. He looks kind of both ways, and just seems like he's trying to lift the grate off.
Okay.
Struggling to try to lift it off out of the ground.
I'll go.
I'm gonna give him a hand.
Okay.
Oh,
and
all
as
three of us.
Team together, you guys lift it off, and the metal grate clatters to the side of the ground. Toon, 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 toon. And you guys look below. You can see just a steady stream of water just flowing through. And passing by. It looks like it's almost in like an actual canal funnel, and it's just racing by at a pretty fast speed. Paul's just like, he says, just jump in, and at this time you can see Lucky on your shoulder, and he just hops off and kind of skitters into an alleyway.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
And Paul kind of
understandable
his nose and then just jumps and goes through.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my breath and also jump through.
And take a shallow, not a full deep breath, just a nice shallow breath, and I'm gonna jump in.
Am I tall enough to move the grate over the hole once I'm down there?
You as soon as you guys, I'll get back to that. As soon as you guys jump through, you guys go through a burst of water, and what you would imagine would just start pushing you with the current. It seems like there's very little resistance, like you're just falling through the water as it's just blowing past you. And you guys roll dexterity saving throws, just as you're falling 10 feet.
That's a 27, Brian. Ooh, I think Andy might have broken his ankle.
21.
21, okay. So you guys fall through and fall 10 feet, not doing damage, but you land on a stone, uneven type surface a little bit, and it's wet. You can see his paw lands. His kind of foot slips for a second, but he holds himself, and you guys just look around you. You're in this small circular chamber. Behind you, you can see there seems to be almost rungs in the wall, almost like a ladder climbing up to this small, about 6 foot wide rectangle where the grate was. You can see the water rushing by, and not like there's no bottom to it. It's just like it's magically just floating by above your head. You can look around the walls around you, though there's no light in here other than just from what's above, the dim light passing through the water. You can see little water just dripping down the side walls and just a steady stream on the floor that you're standing on, which leads over to a section where you can see a winding staircase that does seem to go down. And beside it, there seems to be a little flat river that follows the stairs, so it descends down further. You look up.
Are clothes actually wet?
You can't see where you are at, Andy. At the ground, you can't, but if you climbed a few rungs up, you could try to pull the grate over.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Paul. Paul, do you think I should pull the grate back over?
Yeah.
I think it might be a problem to get back out.
Well, we can always push it.
I would draw a little less attention if you can.
Yeah. I'll head up the ladder and try to pull it over.
You head up the ladder, and reach your arm around and pull it back into place. Your arm and a little bit of your head is getting hit with water, but again, it's not like it's pushing and forcing your head. It's kind of just hitting it and getting you wet, and then just going around you. And you're able to pull the grate over the top, and you hear it set back into place. And now there's a little less dim light around this area, but there's still a little bit coming in through the rings. And Paul's just for a second, he pulls out from his pocket. There's like a little, like a fire starter, and he's just like, "Anybody have anything to light? I can't see."
I'll pull out a torch.
Pull out the torch. It is a little bit wet, but you dry it down as quickly as you can for a second. And with a minute or two going by, you guys are able to light a torch and get it lit. The room now illuminating in this bright light and flickering down.
I'll pull out a candle.
All right. Oh, we're going like classic horror.
I was actually super wrong. I don't think I have any torches. I have a lantern. So
I have a hooded lantern too.
I like the candle idea.
Candle, it doesn't give as much light though. Do we want a little bit of light? I also have a candle if you want to do that.
I just need to see a little bit. It depends. What do you guys think is best? I don't know much about what's down here. I don't think.
We'll be a bit stealthier if we use a candle.
Well, I have a hooded lantern as well.
Me too.
Maybe we can save those just in case and start with the candles.
Yeah, let's start with candle.
Well, no, I think the if you want to start with we can use the lantern to easily light instead of using the candles.
With the lantern, you can dim the light to a 5-foot radius, so that might be useful.
Okay. Maybe the lantern seems like the best idea. So you pull out your hooded lantern. And
I'll
pull out my.
Set it too.
I'm gonna keep mine dim.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Paul will ask to see if you can have one of the candles, though.
I'll hand him a candle.
Oh, okay.
He likes it. He holds it for himself to have some sort of light on him. Yeah. And he just looks at the staircase. He's just like, so down we go.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, he leads going first towards the staircase itself.
I'll follow behind Paul.
Taking steps, you guys hear the little splashing of your boots through the water as you do step forward. As Paul inches down the staircase, he's taking it very easily, very quietly, trying to make sure he doesn't slip, and it's almost a nervousness to his movement, but as if he's trying to make sure he stays as quiet as possible. So I'm going to have Paul roll a stealth check.
I'm going to do it as stealthily as possible as well.
I'll join him in that. That's a 23.
That's a natural 20 for a 26.
Ooh.
Okay, so that helps out Paul's 10.
Oh, do I have to roll stealth for Zolo?
Zolo stays hidden on your form unless Zolo's off of your form. He's fine in that regard.
Okay. Makes sense.
And you guys start walking down the actual staircase itself, winding around. And you can see that he's getting a little bit nervous, but as he gets towards the end a little bit, he starts saying, I told you guys I'd say what this is for. You should at least know what we're going to do. Fate's favor has a regret down here in the pipelines. Some link that began, he said, absorbing Fate's for herself. Wanted to become his favorite. She actually calls herself Fate's favorite. He means she's been causing some issues in the city. It seems like he means to take care of her eventually, but he kind of needs to keep up a facade. Kind of like Darcy looks back at Serenity from the word earlier, that she is his favorite. This is and he pulls out the 2 acid jars. She's like, he says these are fates to feed her for right now, show that he appreciates what she's doing.
Okay. So we're going to go lie to her.
It should just be a handoff.
Okay.
Or it won't be.
Just don't put that negative thought out in the world.
Well, hey, at least you have some backup in case she doesn't, in case she tries to absorb you.
She's like, thank you both. And
Does Faith's favor mind if we have to take care of her if she does do that? I'm not going to
No.
let you get hurt.
I don't think we can.
Okay.
I obviously don't know, but even he doesn't like. Sorry, he doesn't say he. He says it. Whenever you talk about Fate's favorites, it. Even it
Okay.
doesn't. It says she's gotten a little out of his control.
Okay.
And as you guys are winding down the staircase, you can see a little bit of light starting to breach the curve a little bit. You follow down until you walk and step out onto solid stone. And you can see there's water rushing through another different type of canal about 20 feet ahead of you, just passing by over in an eastern direction. You look over in one direction, far to your left, way down there, you can see where there's a faint glowing light that's like dims and goes back and dims and goes back. Probably you'd say maybe 300 feet in that direction before you can see it curves. And you look in the other direction to your right, and you can see in about probably 100 feet or so, there's another one of these curves with a light glowing in the corner and what looks like some sort of small stone bridge passing over to the to crossing to the other side. Paul gets you all down here, looks at you and says, "This way," and he starts heading to the right. And let's take a quick break right here, just so I can go to the bathroom and we can get everything set up for the second half of this session.
Okay.
So
Oh,
moving down
no.
into the pipelines, we'll come
No.
back in probably like 10 minutes or so. We'll see what happens with you guys down there.
Okay.
I think I'm going to do this
Okay.
correctly. Intermission transition. They can see.
Exciting. New
they
place
can
for
see us
trying to
and
do,
hear us. I believe so.
Oh.
In the middle of the bite. Yep, we got it up, and I think there's sound. It says there is sound, so I'm gonna assume there is sound.
We can only hope.
I'm technologically inclined, everyone. So, hello. We are back.
You're still learning it.
And we are picking up as this small portion of the Lucky Sink has made it down the winding staircase into the pipeline itself. Now, as you guys get down here, you could just hear that ever so distant drip every once in a while that echoes throughout the chamber itself. There's almost like a breath to the air down here. It's stale, but it almost feels like it's flowing, almost like it's coming out from these different sections where you see small little holes in the walls all across, little bits of water come pouring down and stream into the actual river in the center itself. Like I said, you look either way and you can see lights in the distant corners as things go around a curve. And Paul has his candle in front. He's just like, right, this way. And I'm going to put it over to the battle map, which I believe should come up in a few seconds, just to make sure. Looking at my app to make sure our stream does it. And yes, I have transitioned to the battle map successfully.
Nice.
Alright, so you guys are right here. Paul takes his first steps forward as you guys enter out into the pipeline himself. Yourselves. And he starts walking down the actual path itself. Now, as he is walking, he's got the candle right in front of him. He's walking ever so carefully, walking back and forth. You hear the steps as he does walk forward, the every so often trip of stepping in the water. For the most part, you guys are staying pretty quiet as you guys are walking forward. You guys making up for Paul in where he is lacking in stealth.
Yeah,
And you
I want to
guys-
stay pretty close behind Paul.
Okay. So you guys, he walks all the way up to get over to the corner. Serenity, I will move you with, as you are eating.
I'm
Yeah.
trying so hard.
Try so hard and got so far.
I was about to move myself.
And you guys get over to the corner here.
Yeah?
And Paul looks over at the bridge at first. It
Oh,
seems
no.
like there's an actual rock passageway that walks across to the other side. You can see that there is the light just ever so softly just glowing. It's a white light. It doesn't seem like it has a source at all. It's basically just implanted into the wall itself. There's no like particular obstruction or item hanging off like a torch or something where it's coming off of, but just ever so glowing back and forth against the wall itself. And he looks a little bit further down the path as it curves to the right. He says, somewhere around here he said there's one of the bridges, and looks down in that direction, holds the candle. He says, maybe there's one in that direction. Paul's gonna
Do I see a bridge?
What's your extent of your dark vision / your lantern?
60 feet for my dark vision, 5 foot for the lantern.
No, you cannot see any bridge from this direction. With your dark vision, you do see there's another corner up there, though. And as you do look beyond the range of your dark vision, you can see the light just ever so dimming and enlarging. And when it gets to the actual extent of its pulsation, you can see it does seem like it touches upon another little edge of a bridge in the water. And Paul continues on forward. He looks like he's, especially with somebody as perceptive as you, Andy, you can see that Paul seems to have almost like the hairs on the back of his neck, like sticking up in a way. The air around here, too, as you guys turn around this corner, it seems like it almost like picks up a little bit. Like that pace with the actual stale wind blowing by, that exhale going through.
I'm just going to try to seem as calm as possible so that maybe Paul calms down a little bit. Like, you know how when you're freaked out, having someone who's chill can maybe mellow you out a little bit. I'm just going to try to keep a cool head.
And You can feel
Oh, I don't
on
wanna-
your actual skin too, like the sand kind of like is shaking a little bit. It seems like maybe Zolo might be getting a little bit put off from what's going on as well.
Okay. Yeah. I try to seem like I'm not freaked out, even if I am.
Just gonna stay calm.
You guys
I'm not
continue.
too scared because it seems like we're alone. I'm not too freaked out.
And Serenity, what form are you in right now?
She can
I'm
pick.
the
She can
normal,
change.
my normal female.
Okay, the normal super busty female who just
Yeah.
looks super attractive.
Yep.
Okay.
Actually, no, wait. Do we know what gender we're going up against? As Paul told us.
Yes. She's a girl.
Should say a girl.
So instead of going as the female, I want to go as the guy.
Okay, you're super buff. You body shifts.
So you're
into this
assuming that she's straight.
Yeah.
All right, Paul continues
It's a
forward.
gamble.
Well, I'm not going to go in there assuming that she's gay either. Actually, no. No matter what, woman's fucking attractive to women, I guess, from what I've heard.
So,
Depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys walk up and get to this corner over here.
Yeah.
And as you guys get over to around where this is at, you take a look down the actual the curve itself further down the pipeline. Everybody, what's your passive perceptions?
12.
Mine is pretty high. Let me check. 17.
That was him.
We got baby content. We love it.
I have to burp him.
Aw.
So we do what you do here, Andy, as you round this corner amongst the air. It sounds like there's slow sloshing and almost like sizzling steps, just every step, and then just step a second or so two later, step coming from down that the pipeline in that direction.
Can I see anything, or can I just hear it?
Now roll a perception check if you do want to look down there to see if you see anything. Paul's still looking around the areas because he can't notice it, but Serenity, you and
That's only an 11.
okay.
I rolled a 4.
For perception?
Yes.
At a 10.
Okay. You guys aren't able to see any form, but what you are able to see is amongst that darkness, there seems to be something obscuring the light that's all the way down on the other end of the area. You can still see part of it, but your direct vision, something's getting in the way. And that is as it gets within 60 feet, so both of the dark vision ranges that you guys do have within that radius, even your red radius, you can see there's this green haze that seems to be like moving forward through the actual pipeline in your direction. Paul's just like, maybe it's another one. Maybe we need to go further in.
Yeah, I'll trust Paul.
And Paul's going to move forward a little bit more and try to get into this as he rounds the corner around in this direction. You guys hear a very breath-heavy voice come out from within the pipeline itself, just saying, "What has fate put my way?" It's very like exaggerated exhales at the end as it does come out each time too. And Paul like turns and looks across the bridge, or what you guys can see walking over into this direction, putting it onto the map. What you see is a body starts to, as it gets within the closer to you guys and gets within the burst of lights pulsating off the wall behind you. You can see this body in a white gown that seems to drag the ground behind her, just the tips, as it does look like most of it has been worn away, the material. The figure's form is shadowy black, almost like it's actually parts of it coming off itself, and there's holes within the dress that looks like they've been burnt away over time. You can see the acidic green flashes just coming across the skin as you do look up towards their face. And you can see this blackened creature, the shadowy form, smoke just kind of coming off, the eyes curved, elongated, and glowing acidic green with a arched, a green glowing mouth as well, almost cartoonish in a way, like it looks like it's jagged and just carving across the face itself. This form seems to have long, shadowy black and acidic flowing hair following in its wake behind it, almost like it's flowing through water as this creature is just like standing into space, and it's just taking a few steps forward every few seconds. And it looks off into the direction of Paul itself, and you can just hear one more time. Has he come to give me more? And Paul just looks behind to you guys really quickly, nervously.
I'm gonna whisper to Paul, is this her?
You think, and Paul's gonna walk forward onto the actual bridge itself.
Okay, I'm going to follow after Paul.
Okay.
I'm just trying to give off kind of like bodyguard vibes.
Mm-hmm. Serenity, are you staying at the distance you are on the map, or do you want me to move you closer? Closer? Okay, so you're gonna come right behind Andy as you guys step partially onto this small stone bridge. There's no railings or anything. It's almost like there's been just an arch of stone crossing to get to the other side of the river. And this form kind of comes forward, almost like exaggerated movements for a second. You see her feet almost getting stuck to the ground as she lifts it up to take another step. You can see the acidic portions of it just burning off, and you can see the sizzling left behind with her footsteps. And Paul walks up, and the distance maintained on the screen right now is where she stops. And Paul sits there without approaching any further. He looks out. Yes, the Master, Fate's favor. He's proud of the work you continue to do down here. You hear just, where is he now? It's been a while since he's spoken to me. I'm always intrigued to see more links within the chain we share. He's like, yes, he sends me to deliver a reward. All you've done below the city, it's helping strengthen the chain, he says. And she kind of, you can see her jagged smile, almost like elongates to a smile for a second. And she's like, oh, yes, well, what kind of reward has he brought me now? Is it those two you bring with you? And she kind of curls her head for a second, almost like fluid motion, kind of like cracking almost in a way you wouldn't imagine a body to move, and looks around Paul over at you two, Serenity and Andy.
Can I try to like size her up? Does it look like she could take all three of us?
Roll an insight check.
You got it, bud. One moment. Ooh. 22.
22. You get a really menacing vibe just emanating around you. It's almost like the times you have been burnt by Paul by touching him, that like sizzling almost heat that you feel when that contact is made. It kind of feels like that around you, just permeating the air. Not enough to damage, but that like just a burst of heat. And you get this really sinister feeling off of the way she looks at you, and you can see a forked acidic green tongue kind of come out a second, kind of like lick across the actual jagged parts of her teeth. You can see as her gown is flowing around at times, you can see two daggers similar to the coloration as the ones that Paul does have. It doesn't look like the kitchen blade that Paul has itself. there's like serrated edges to them, almost like her teeth as well, just very jagged, like you can just tear across something. She looks like she could pack a punch.
Okay.
And Paul says, "These two are not to worry about. They're just my friends." He pulls out of his bag really quickly. He pulls out the two acidic jars. He holds them. And he's just like, "These are two souls lost, just like you like, except they're not from now." He tells me they're from another time. And she goes, she takes her gaze back over to Paul. She's like, "Souls with some energy out of them. Interesting. That is definitely a new one. What is this change of menu?" And Paul looks, "It's just, it's to help what you're going through. It's going to strengthen your part of the link, help with the chain." And Paul has to roll up the second check.
Can I maybe try to aid him by looking like I believe him?
What are you doing to look like you believe him? Like,
I'm just gonna like nod my head.
okay. Your aide brought his 17 to be a natural 20, to be a 23.
Me nodding did so much, guys.
Just, yeah, you should listen to him.
You should listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking
He knows
about.
what's up. He's in the, he's talking to him.
Yeah, he listens to fate's favor. Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you can see her arm comes out from the actual gallon itself. And it's like I said, it's like this black and shadowy form, but you can see just flickers of acid just like constantly moving. It's not like Seabreeze's sword, where you can see that vein of red energy with the blood just constantly in those canals. It's almost like it's ever changing, much like the color just shifts around on Paul's dagger itself. And as she reaches her arm out, you can just see slops of acid just kind of come off of her form and hitting the bridge and just coming off into the water. And you look over, it just kind of dissolves and starts fizzling as it hits the form. And she grabs the jars out of Paul's hand, almost like grabbing the top of them delicately. And she's just like, she takes them and just downs them down her throat. Her mouth just opens wide. Again, exaggerated more than what a human form could actually come out before. And you can just see the green form. There's almost like, it's like honey coming out of a jar, the viscosity of it as it's just flowing down, slopping in, coming and just landing on her cheeks at times. Just well, it's good to see that he still recognizes all I do for him. But however, and she sniffs aloud for a second, she says, "Those behind you may not be offerings, but they do smell delicious." And she looks over on to the left side to see Serenity down the way. She says, "She drips of an ever-changing, oh no, he drips of an ever-changing fate down there, that one. An incubi, I'm sure." She licks her lips for a second. She says, their fates always make me feel sated. So scrumptious, the differing flavors. And then she turns in her head over to the other side to look over at you, Andy. And just gives you can see the head almost like comes elongated off her form to like look over and reach up to the side of Paul. So it's looking straight at you. And just big sniff of the air around you and just looking. It says,
I try to appear unaffected.
okay. You're trying to hold your composure.
Yeah.
Just roll a general charisma check. I'm gonna have this thing roll kind of an intimidation.
Okay. Ooh. 12.
12. You hold your form and you're looking at this creature. You feel Zolo still kind of shaking on you, and there's just something about this presence being close to you. You're in composure, but you do feel the hairs on your body stick up, and there's a little bit of nervousness as this thing's looking at you, almost like it's trying to read into you for a second. And as it sniffs one long sniff, it goes, "I've never felt a fate strong like this one before. Not one, not two, three. Multiple fates. All one. Now a meal like that would keep me full for a while. The chain will be made unbreakable with a meal like that one. Now what's stopping you from giving your friends to me in service of the master?" And Paul kind of like, he kind of looks back really like, I don't know what to say, kind of you to Andy for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Can I chime in?
You can chime in whenever.
So I want to cast the Friends cantrip
Okay.
through the
Okay.
cloak of through the cloak.
Okay. What type of save is the friend's cantrip, my friend?
For the duration, you have advantage on all charisma checks directed at one creature of your choice that isn't hostile towards you. When the spell ends, the creature realizes that you use magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile towards you. A creature prone to violence might attack you. Another creature might seek retribution in other ways, depending upon the creature's nature of your interaction with it.
Is this creature hostile towards us, Brian?
This creature, as of right now, is not in an aggressive manner with you all. So what type of save does he need to make?
It doesn't say there's any save.
There's no
Sure.
save. There's advantage on all charisma checks. Really?
So
Friend's cantrip didn't have a check. Hold on. This might be.
I don't think it does.
Powered thing.
I thought it did.
I think it did too. Hold on. My book is
No,
right
there's-
here. I need to read it real quick.
I have it in 2 different spots. Brian.
If so.
Brian, I have it in 2 spots. It does not say any form of
Okay. I'm just
check.
reading what the book says. Just make sure. That's insane that there's no save. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't say it's a save. For the ratio,
you
you
just
have
have
advantage in all charisma checks
advantage.
directed at one creature of your choice. Yeah. So
And
you guys-
doesn't the cloak negate the negative effects of this cantrip too?
he can Serenity can choose to make the creature do an intelligence saving throw against your spell save DC, and if it fails, then it forgets the past 60 seconds that you're under the effect
Okay.
of the friend's cantrip.
So I'm
you do
going-
this
I
and now
wanna-
you have advantage on all checks against this creature that are charisma based.
Okay. Well, I want to try and persuade it into not going after us by saying, but the master has told us that we would be safe from you, and we are helping to promote and strengthen the chain in our own way.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage.
27.
27.
Oh boy.
This creature cracks its head around and looks at you in that direction, and Paul is just like, kind of like hands up for a second, not sure, and she's like, I don't feel a link with you. Would you say that you're working for him as well?
I work through for him in a different form of way.
I say, we're here to help you, aren't we?
Yes, and everything that I do is to complete fate's favors, ultimate goal. I'm curious why he would allow others not in his chain to assist. He has been
It is
silent
more.
to me for far too long.
He wanted us to make sure that, or he wanted a connection outside of the chain to make sure that he could slip through different cracks that might be hindered if there's many links.
Roll another persuasion check.
25.
25. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
His goal was always to create more links. You all would be delicious additions to the chain. I'm wondering what type of connections he's forming without me. And Paul's just like, he's not doing anything without you. Remember, you're still his favorite. And she's just like, I've started to question that in ways. Why is it he talks to all of you three? This is something where we're supposed to grow more, strengthen the chain, undo the lock.
Yes, but how are we supposed to strengthen the chain if people are outside of our circle know of us? How are we supposed to get more people to help strengthen it or to manipulate them to help unlock this lock?
Have you given up your fates in another way to the master? Are you giving up your
In our
love
own
for me
roundabout
then?
way. I was promised something else. Something else that has already been sacrificed from me.
All will eventually join the contamination. But I guess it's easy to keep some friends on the outside. It's getting close to the end of the friends cantrip minute. Are you going to do the intelligence save? Or are you going to just...
Yes.
Okay. What's your spell save DC?
15.
And he is just kind of like preemptively clenching his fists.
And you can see after the French cantrip for a second fades, there's a moment where she's just like, huh. Now you're a clever one, aren't you? I'm sorry, I got above a 15. And she looks over in your direction, and while Paul's like this,
Damn.
you guys look, and in a blink, right in between where Paul is and the creature with its neck surrounding around, you see a red-skinned tiefling pops into existence right there. The green cloak tunic with the black tights appears right there with the hand harp in hand, and there's the visage of Normal. She just turns and looks directly at Paul and be like,
Holy shit.
I knew marking you would lead me to something interesting. She looks at the creature, and the fate's favorite kind of recoils back for a second. And she goes, and Normal's like, but no, girl, I think you need some moisturizer. You should work on that. Anyway, and she looks towards Paul, and she kind of strings her hand harp for a second, and you can see this white elusive barrier surrounds right behind her to where Fate's favor was, and it kind of just against the barrier for a second, knocking back for a second. And Normal looks at Paul and says, "Right, you and I need to have a talk." And she looks at the rest of you. I would suggest running. And she grabs Paul, and he's like, "What?" And a door appears behind her, and she just rushes through the door with Paul.
I follow.
Sweet. Yes.
As
Can we
soon
try
as
and
you
jump through it?
As soon as you run there, as soon as Paul comes in, the door closes behind, and you two are left right there with this creature right in front of you
Oh my
with the
god.
force cage there. You guys are here. If you guys are doing anything, I need you to just roll an initiative as this thing's trying to
You got
smash
it.
through the force cage.
Ooh, that's really good. That's a
21.
what's 17 plus 6? It's like 23, right?
Yes.
23?
23.
23
Yeah.
and 21.
Candy 23. You can see. Oh, you got a 21 Serenity?
Yep.
Okay. And then. Good. She rolled high too. You guys both got against you. So as soon as just grabs Paul, I would suggest you all run and pulls Paul like runs and gets pulled through. You guys try to chase after, but the door disappears, and you're just left to see this woman kind of the jagged teeth kind of get elongated, and she's just looking both pounding the wall, and she's just like trying to break through. Andy, this is your turn. And let me.
Okay.
You guys are first actually moved to space forward because you tried to jump through the door.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm gonna use.
At the top of your turn to Andy, after you just looked up at this form and you're just trying to calculate what to do, you hear in your head for a second in a deep, deep voice, just run, you fool.
Oh. Okay. Let me just write that down real quick. Okay, I'm going to use feline agility.
Okay.
I'm going to grab Serenity, and I'm going to run my full movement, double dashing.
Okay, it's half movement because you are grappling someone else during,
Yeah.
but you let her just grab you.
But that gets
Yes.
me 120 feet away from this creature.
And that's already halved for the grappling?
That's already halved because I'm using feline agility to double all of my movement.
And you have the boots of speed. Do you have the boots of speed?
I do not.
Okay.
Those are with Rainn.
And
I'm going to use diagonal movement just to get as far as physically
15,
possible.
20.
Is this water? We can't walk on this water, right?
No, this is
Okay.
That's actually pretty deep. So you would
Okay,
go
so
1,
5,
2 up to this corner, 15,
Yeah.
20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
damn it.
65, 70.
Yeah, just move to where you would be.
I'm trying to count. I lost count.
I made the map a little bit bigger. Okay, 5, 10.
Okay, this is
15,
10,
20, 25.
15.
This is 30 feet right here where I'm marking if you move complete diagonal. So 30 would be here. 45, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 would be right here if you move complete diagonal movement to get to as far you can. Then 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100.
Feel better.
I think I'm going to stick a little closer to the river since it's impassable, right? You said?
It's impassable. Yeah, like you can't walk through.
Okay,
you have to go through water.
so I assume that she also can't walk through it, right?
That's fair. That's a fair assumption.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 55, 50, 55, 60, 65.
Are you
70,
pooping?
75,
Oh, no.
80, 85, 90. This is 90. Can you move me here?
This would be 120 right now, at least where I count. You mark 90. I'll move where you put it. Put 90 one more
This
time.
is 90.
Okay. Serenity
Okay,
is being
so
dragged behind.
95, 100, 105, 110.
Can I do a reaction as we move?
120. 120 is here.
What kind of reaction would you do?
I wanted to cast
All the
Mage
way
Hand
here.
as soon as we got across the bridge.
Your turn is next. You could tell.
Yeah.
Andy just dragged you. You're shouting this as
I
Andy's
just
running.
go. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting.
I wanted to cast Mage Hand on the to destroy the bridge as we passed over it.
I don't think that's going to be
Mage Hand
strong
can
enough.
do 5 pounds worth of force. Mage Hand cannot break that.
Oh no, I was just trying. Well, I fear if we just took out maybe one of the center piece, it would just collapse.
It looks terrible because that's how I have to do the diagonal bridge. But it's one solid 5 foot bridge stone almost.
It's a real bridge
out across from there. It's an actual bridge.
No, because there's the keystone in a bridge, and if you remove the keystone, the bridge collapses.
Do you know it looks like it wasn't actually like a bridge made. It looks like somebody magically shaped the rock and just elongated it across there. That's what it does look like right there. So it's actually connected to the actual stone around you. So Andy, that's as far as you just grab Serenity and just dash with Serenity basically flying, her cape just flapping in the wind behind as you're just getting dragged by Andy. That is your turn with full movement and everything, Andy. Serenity, is there anything you do at this distance?
I'm just gonna say I'm fast. You can go ahead of me if you want. I can catch up.
I want to transform into my succubus form.
Okay. And as you're getting pulled away by Andy says this, you just see your body starts morphing, the wings sprout out and come outside the cloak too, and just start. And honestly, you look like a really majestic creature right now with the fart cape just flapping in the wings along with your wings.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out of Andy's grip.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I want to fly.
Contest that.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Onto the water.
Okay.
Right? That's... My flying speed is the same as my movement?
It's 30 feet, yes. You have the same flying speed, so you were there.
Okay.
5,
Brian.
10, 15, 20, 25,
when I
30
dashed...
would be right here, one to your side.
When I dashed,
I was going straight diagonal.
Could I have shot one of those necrotic bolts at her as I dashed?
If you wanted to try, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Oh, fuck.
That's only
it's still your turn, but
that's only a 14.
14. You see the bolt go off and just slams into the actual force cage itself in between her, and just you can see the reverberations on the actual white form just fade, like ripple, almost like something hitting water.
Because I think we've established that it happens without him trying, I think.
Yeah.
At this point.
Okay. It just bounces off the cage itself, and as it does that, just one more time, you can see the hand just lamp against the actual force cage, creating more ripples itself.
Mm-hmm.
And Serenity, it's still your turn. That was your movement right there.
I can't cast sleep on him either.
You can hold your action if somebody gets within range, but if the condition doesn't get meet by the time that they get close to you, then you waste the spell. Because you hold action, you do cast the spell and hold it. So is there anything you want to hold your action with the spell?
No.
I think we just run as fast.
I'm going to use the cantrip Minor Illusion.
Ooh.
Okay.
So since we just passed...
Tell me where to put
this
something,
corner.
and I'll put something in that spot.
So since I flew by this, is this a another bridge?
That's another bridge. Same structure and everything as the other one.
I'm going to cast a illusion on it that it looks like there's a huge hole right in the center.
Okay. So I'm gonna let's put this dead orc there. Put this dead orc right there. So you cast the minor illusion as you are passing by. Andy, you're running. You see Serenity just take off and turn, and then you can actually see, I think probably for the first time, Serenity kind of weaves her hands for a second, and then you just see the bridge nearing you where you're approaching. Just a section of it looks like fizzles out of existence for a second, so it looks like it's missing part of it.
I kind of just give her a big toothy grin, because I imagine Andy just has too many teeth.
Alright, is there anything else you want to do with your turn?
I think that's it.
Okay.
No.
So, alright, so this creature by the way, the force cage is just surrounding across this way too. On the bridge, there's just a white barrier that was seemed to be blocking out.
He also did change formula.
Thanks, normal.
It looks like
Given
this
a
creature
head
seems
start.
like it's like trying to shake. It looks like it's trying to almost blip through the cage, like its form is trying to change. Let's see if it can break the force cage. All right. As you guys are looking at this form, it looks like it's trying to move in between and cast some sort of magic. It's like its form is trying to fizz out, and you can see some of it starting to appear on the other side of the force cage itself. But then, and it gets slapped back behind the force cage and starts pounding really quickly up against that magical barrier in front of it. Andy, it is your turn once more.
Yeah, I'm just gonna full out run again. So I can't grab, so I can move my full 120. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Gotta move the thing. 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. I can get almost to the stairs. I can actually get here if I move diagonally, that last one.
So you just, well, I feel like I just imagine you running like those in like Devilman Crybaby on Netflix or where they're just like elongated, like
Yeah,
low
you've got
to the ground.
all of his limbs are just too long.
See, I could see him doing the whole cat run,
Yeah.
where he's literally on all fours.
Honestly, at this point, probably. He probably is running on all fours, just trying to go as fast as physically possible. He's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
All right, that's the end of your turn, Serenity. You pass by as you finish casting that minor illusion. Around the corner, you can just barely see this thing just pounding on the force cage. What do you do?
I say, come on.
I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 30.
Serenity just flying through the pipelines, trying to follow in Andy's wake.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do anything else in your turn, or just fly?
So cool.
I'm trying to see if I know I can bonus action dash,
Mm-hmm.
or I can
also
use my action to dash.
action. You can do it both times. That's what I've been
Oh.
doing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do another 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 10.
Man, I sure am glad that we're all rogues.
30.
Nice.
And you end your turn?
And my turn.
All right, as you
I'm
guys
flying up the stairs.
As you guys get there, Serenity passes by as soon as Andy's like, "Come on, let's go."
And she like flies over my head.
And
Yeah.
you guys hear, as soon as you get there, you guys hear a kind of like a shatter, and you just hear a like shout that echoes through the chamber, letting you know probably broke through.
Yeah, I'm just going nope, 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 nope.
So are these stairs straight, like kind of spiral up, or are they like a normal set of stairs going up?
They seem to be stairs. They seem to be stairs that curve. There's like a winding staircase, almost like I imagine Harry Potter, like where they're going up to their doors, going up those stairs, winding up with a little bit wider though. There is like a little flat surface where you can see water circling around and then comes into the pipeline itself.
I have an idea of what Brian is asking here. I think he's asking if there's a hole in the center that Serenity can just fly right up the center of.
It's too tight for that. It's enough for you to fly around the whip, but you can't go straight up. There's no like direct center up to it. It's all like an enclosed staircase going swirling around. And you do know you were going down it for probably about 30 seconds, almost 30 to 45 seconds at the pace Paul was going at. Running, you'd probably be able to get up there quicker. But
we were going stealthy.
Yeah.
Earlier
So you can probably cut that time down a lot quicker. And as you guys get there and you guys are ready to go up the stairs, and you just see the form run, and you can see around the corridors, you just look down the way, and with the light flashing, you see the form of this creature, Fate's favorite, get there, and she pulls out like 2 of her daggers that she has, and she's just looking in your direction.
Okay.
It is now your turn, Andy.
I just fucking bolt up the stairs just as fast as possible. Yeah.
You are running up a very slippery surface. Roll an acrobatics check as you're going.
Oh, you got it. I hope you know I have a +12 to acrobatics.
I know.
Oh, okay. It's a
Amy
good
beat
thing
mine
I
by
do.
3.
Because that's a 15.
15. You're running up. At times, there's one where you like slip for a second, but you catch yourself. It's one of those things where you fall and like your hand catches to keep you upright as you're just running and getting up there.
I'm probably more stable because I'm running on all fours. So like one foot will slip and the next one will catch me.
With your monk movement, how far do you go in a turn?
120 feet.
120 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, so you are 120 feet up there. You know that probably in another bounce around, you'll get back to that chamber where you guys had first entered underneath here into the pipeline.
Cool.
Serenity, you are there as well. What do you do?
Oh, I'm gonna fly up.
Okay, you have a total of 30 feet, right?
So instead of going up the stairs, I'm gonna try and cut at an angle so I can keep just going up and
like.
So instead of going around,
and you're like
I'm going
around,
kind of like diagonaling it.
Okay.
Grabbing onto the.
And what's your total?
Onto the railing.
In total, it's 30 feet normal with what you could do, right?
Yes.
And there's no railing. It's like a smooth stone carved wall up around, but you do curve and you're able to fly all the way up. So do you dash and bonus action dash?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be 90 feet per turn.
You're already 5 feet in, so you're 95 feet up there as well. You saw Andy dash ahead, and you can't see Andy from there, but you can hear him just his feet every single time his paws just hit the water and just splash a little bit. It's almost the point you're moving so fast you can see the water where Andy was, just spraying up off the ground and then falling back down.
I love it.
So you guys are technically off this map here. So the rest of this is going to be
kind
of the theater of the mind of what goes on.
Yeah. Yeah, this is just solidifying in Andy's mind that he has to borrow those boots. He's like, damn it, if I was just wearing those boots.
I don't know if you guys are still looking at the map, but off screen, what you guys didn't see, but for our magical viewers out there who are watching this happen in their minds, as soon as Andy and Serenity ran up that way, the creature, Fate's favorite, her 2 daggers, she threw a dagger to its furthest length, and her form kind of just...
Oh my god.
The acid streak. She threw another one after she appeared there, and her form just starts barreling after that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Holy crap.
And you can hear behind you, not necessarily close, but just that breath-filled roar. It somehow made it. You can hear echoing below you.
Yeah, Andy's just like, fuck.
Andy, it is your turn.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have a climbing speed. So, can I make it to the top of the ladder?
If your normal speed is 40, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my climbing is 30.
One dash you can get, it is 80 feet. Will get you to the top of the spiraling staircase. It's 200 feet in total.
Okay, so I'm not yet to where I need to be for the
200 feet. You get to the top where you're back in this small chamber. It's about 15 feet across, where you can see the rungs in the wall that climb 10 feet up to get to the metal grate itself.
Okay, I do have enough of speed to do this then, I think, because I have a 30-foot climbing speed. So if I use 15 feet to get over there from my speed, I still have some of my climbing speed left over. So yeah, I'm gonna get to the top of the ladder, and I'm just gonna wait at the top of the ladder because I can't open it yet because I used all of my actions to do this.
Actually, the wall.
Yeah.
And you're right there at the water itself. Like you're kind of like stopped before, and you look behind, and you can just hear the beating of the wings from Serenity coming from there, as well as the shrill cry of this creature chasing after you. And you put your head through, getting hit with the water, but getting ready to move the grate. Serenity, you are 95 feet up, so there's 105 feet for you before you do get to the room that Andy's in.
I'm moving. I'm going to use my movement and my bonus action to go as far up, and then I'm going to hold my action to cast sleep.
Okay, so you're going to be able to bonus action, dash, you can do 60 feet in total, and then you're holding your action behind you to try to cast sleep. So you're at 155 feet. Okay, you're flying up, and as you're doing, you kind of look behind you as you're trailing around the gust behind it. You're just weaving the magic, getting ready for the creature to appear.
So can I see Serenity from my angle?
And I will transition back to group cam, just for us since we're off the battle map now. You can't see Serenity, but you can hear. If you went back over to that section, you'd maybe be able to. You wouldn't be able to see Serenity yet. She's still 45 feet down the steps from the surface.
Okay.
Next on the turn. This creature is able to run and dash. And Serenity, you can hear this creature getting up close behind you. Roll a perception check.
Oh man. Fastest boy in the city, and I'm still
19.
not fast.
19. There's a sliver down the steps as you do look down, where you can see her. She's still like at the bare minimum how far down you can see. So it's just within the range. So you release the sleep spell. I'm pretty sure you have to roll d8s to see how many hit points you affect with that spell.
Yes, it's 5d8.
Okay, so roll 5d8.
Man, good luck. The good news is that this will kind of give us a metric of how many hit points she has.
The d8 is the diamond-like one?
That's d10.
Yeah.
The d8 is... Where are my d8s?
Oh, wait, no.
Eight-sided.
That looks like 2d4s
Yeah.
stacked on top of one another.
That's a unique way to think about it. I never really thought of it that way, Vicky.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah. I can help keep
7.
track if you want.
New spells, who dis?
Okay. I don't care. I don't want that. I just want to do something right now. 7, 6, 8, 8,
Holy shit.
5. So it's, oh fuck. 7 and 8 is 15. 20, 28, 34.
34. You cast this energy out, and you almost see like a dust of particles just floating down the staircase and collides with the creature. And you can see her face, and it collides with it for a second, and the anger kind of like subsides for a second as you see the eyes blink, and then just you hear that breathy tone pumps back up, and you're with a wave of nervousness, like, oh shit, that didn't work, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Shit.
That is
she
now
has
goes
more than
on.
34.
That now goes on to Andy's turn. Andy,
Okay.
you were right at the grate, and you heard it subside for a second, then just shout loud. You can't see what's going on, but you hear noises.
I don't know what happened though,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm going to play as if I don't because he doesn't. I'm going to push against the grate and try to open it.
Okay. The strength check.
Got it. And then if this doesn't work, I have a plan. Okay, that's an 11.
11. You start to push up against the grate itself. heavy right now. It seemed like you had more help with your friends were helping you as well. You can't quite lift it up. You're kind of skirting it out of place a little bit, but it's still acting as a barrier.
Okay. I'm just going to hope that there's no one at the top looking out, because I'm going to spend a key point to take out my astral arms, which does something now.
Okay.
So 1 second. I'm gonna summon my astral arms. Oh, I think it only affects creatures. I was gonna hope that maybe like them coming out would like push against it because they're so big.
It creates a force blast, right?
Yeah.
Read the
It's
exact wording thing.
It says as a bonus action you can spend 1 key point to summon the arms of your astral self. When you do so, each creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die. They vanish early if you're incapacitated or die. I can use my wisdom modifier in place of my strength when making strength checks and saving throws.
Here, how about this? I like creativity. Roll your martial arts. Roll the damage you would deal.
Okay, so I think that's just 2d4, so I'll roll that. That's a 3 and a 2, so that's 5 points of damage.
5. So I'm counting that as an assist against your strength check as you're trying to open up the grate. As you do appear out there, you're pushing against it. You just force these astral arms to go off. A burst kind of makes the water around you disappear, and you're in an open space for a second, and you just see the grate get knocked off and clatters about 15 feet to the side. The top is now open. And Andy, I want to give you actually inspiration for that interesting idea.
Oh my gosh, this is my first time ever having inspiration.
That was a good idea. That's good use of your abilities.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
All right,
okay.
that's your action to push, and then it's your bonus action.
That's my bonus action as well. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get to the bottom of the ladder just so I can see Serenity, because I don't want to leave her behind.
Okay, the grate is now off to the side, and you climb back down at the base of the ladder, just looking at the edge and waiting for Serenity. It is your turn, Serenity.
I'm just hoping I can see her soon.
You are about 45 feet from the top. You don't know the exact, but you know you could probably get there in a turn. In the turn.
So I'm going to do my full movement. Can I take a vial of oil out of my bag and just dump it as I'm running?
You definitely can. Yeah.
So I just want to coat the stairs with the oil so it's harder for it to move up.
Okay.
I'm going to just keep running.
Your full movement with bonus action dash would get you 45 feet, get you to the opening where you just open up the bottle of oil and just spill it, slather it across all walls of this area, just trying to basically cover this whole area in oil. Mixing with the water, you can see kind of separating and more going down.
Oh, no, yeah, I just wanted to hopefully just pour it down, going down the stairs.
Oh, no, you are covering. I'm just saying some of it does mix with the water, and you can see that. And with your remaining movement, 15 feet, you can get to the base of the ladder where Andy is.
Right I'm flying. I'm going to fly.
With your 15 feet remaining, you can get right to the water. Basically, that roof where you can still see in the room. But Andy's right at the base. You fly above, and you're not quite out yet, but you're right at that point where you're reaching the water with your full movement. And then, you guys just hear behind you, just more of the shrieking. You can hear the clawing against just hitting the actual material surrounding up that stairwell. And as it gets to the top of the stairs, dexterity saving throw against the oil.
Just hope she falls down the fucking stairs.
That's an 8. So you see this creature just get in her hand, touches the actual oil, and she's kind of half on the wall, half on the ground as she's climbing around this white-gowned creature, just the eyes burning acidic, glowing in your direction, carved and pointed with anger as she's looking out, the tongue coming out, just looking, and then her hand slits and she kind of tumbles for a second on her back, slides a few feet down the actual steps. But not far.
Yeah.
Like you still see the energy emanating off of her, and
But she's
you can
prone.
you can hear a loud
Mhm.
shriek. It is now your turn, Andy. You can see Serenity flies and is
Holy
getting
shit.
close to the grate.
Okay, so I use 10 feet of movement to get up the fucking ladder.
Okay, you push your way past Serenity and get out into this open space. You don't see anybody with a quick glance around, but you do see the
Cool.
grate 15 feet off to the side, just scattered onto the cobblestone.
Okay, I'm gonna move 5 feet so that I can grab it and
Okay.
hold it over the grate, and I want to hold my action to drop it once Serenity's out.
With the astral arms.
Yeah, with the astral arms, they're
Your
holding
arms
it.
just reach over there, just grab him off the ground and just holding up. You see Serenity's
holding
form.
it.
What do you do, Serenity?
I'm getting out of there.
Okay. You fly out, coming out from the hole and just getting about a few feet into the air, looking around, and you held your action, Andy, to take it and you slam it down on top of the actual grate itself.
Okay, I say to Serenity, let's get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
And you guys.
Can I grab? I want to grab onto Andy, and I want to fly us on top of one of the roofs.
Okay,
Oh,
you
shit.
actually didn't use your action, so you could grab Andy with your action.
Can I move in the opposite direction of the way you face when you go up the ladder?
Yes, that would be.
So then
the ladder was on the south side of the wall. So
we're going north.
Northern onto the rooftops over there.
I'm going to pull in my astral arms.
Okay, as Serenity comes over and just grabs onto you, almost in a lovingly way, as Serenity does, lift you up and flies your astral arms that kind of came out underneath her wings for a second in this weird, like, devilish, also astral form of being. You guys kind of look like you combined for a second before the arms come back inside, and with the rest of her movement, she flies up to the rooftop. You guys land on there for a second and you look back. And as you do look back, you just hear one more kind of shout. And you see for a second through the grate, the green dagger comes up, but then it disappears. It looked like something tried to hit the grate itself and hit it and blocked it from passing through. And you just hear one final wail as the dagger disappears. That acid streak comes back through the grate before it goes silent. And you guys are looking out in the area, and you just hear somebody just put their curtains. Who's causing all this ruckus out here?
I hide.
Damn. Roll the stealth check.
Yes.
That's 23.
23.
You guys are lucky because a civilian just rolled a natural 20 on their perception, but they can't have a +3 on their wisdom. So this old man looks like elvish with kind of like mutton chop kind of on the side, looking around, just be like, "Damn pigs, go to bed, past your bedtime." He looks up at the sky and just shuts his curtains and walks back. And you guys are on the rooftop by yourself, and everything gets quiet. You can see the city setting around you. The sun has far faded, and you can see the lights of the lampposts lighting up the city. Hearing the light bustle of the evening of the Zista.
I guess I'll whisper to Serenity, you should probably change back now before we get down from here.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to go into my comfortable female form.
Okay, your comfortable, non-promiscuous female form. Which is basically your normal go-to female form, but just less busted in the pit and everything. And you guys are on the rooftops now. Everything goes silent.
I can climb down, so I think using that same stealth check, I will just climb down. I'll ask Serenity if she wants to come on my back, I guess. It'll take a little longer, but...
Yeah, I'll take a piggyback ride down the...
Arms wrapped lovingly across Andy's fur. You can feel the fan at times still flowing between his fur. And Andy, you feel that too. It almost like when you get that like nervous shake twitch for a second, like almost like you're shrugging off something that was just worrying you, and you can just hear low next to your skin, just so.
I'm just like, we're okay.
You guys make it back down.
I agree, that was scary.
You guys make it back down to this square behind Andy's house with the grate sitting in the center, undisturbed right now. You guys are the only ones in this back alley right now.
I kind of like pick Serenity up off of my back and put her on the ground, and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
That could have been worse. We could have died.
I just give her a hug.
Oh, I'm gonna return the hug full force.
Glad that she's okay and not dead. So I give her a hug, and I'm like, "Okay, should we?
Are you okay?
I'm alive." Andy seems a little bit skittish still, but he looks a little distracted, probably not really in the moment yet. He's kind of thinking like, should we find Paul, or do you think we should just head to the club? What do you think?
I don't know if we're gonna be able to find Paul.
Don't you think he went with Normal?
Yes, but where did Normal go? Unless Normal's at her shop. What time is it? What time is it? Look.
It is dark out. I'd probably say you'd be able to tell from the little bit of light that might be still shining from the sky. It's probably getting around like 7:30ish around there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have to meet them at 10?
It was really never set a date.
Haven't
You
really
guys
say
wanted to go there. It was just kind of later.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to take the teleport to go to Normal shop see if they're there?
Yeah, let's see if there is a teleportation thing near her shop, right?
It's actually one not too far off from your house, and then there's also one not too far off from Normal's as well.
Okay, yeah, let's go through the Underzista and get there quick.
Okay. A little bit shaken, you guys walk outside the alley and try to blend your way until you do find your way to the transport to the Underzista, who gives out a form of magic to open up the way.
I got this.
Okay.
Sure. Any form of magic you want, you just need to put it, have it in your hands, and then press against the 2 hand slots in the carved design for the Underzista entrance.
I'm gonna use dancing light.
And your hands start glowing a little magically, and Andy, again, you see Serenity casting magic that you haven't seen cast before.
I'm just like, man, you really have some new tricks, don't you?
Just a couple.
The entryway opens up. You can see a half-orc gentleman who just asks, "Where are you trying to head? Which part of the Underzista?"
Brian.
Doesn't matter tonight.
No, it does. It does.
You guys are trying to get over to the western side. And
okay, so Whistle Theater.
And he's just like, he just kind of bangs his fist real quick and then snaps his finger, and you can see the brick kind of turns, and it turns to a warm greenish yellow color, and then the portal behind swirls and it glows. You guys go through there. Go through the same process as normal, unless you guys want to answer any of the questions differently.
Nope, same.
You guys head through and take their shortcut back up over towards Haverwing's Edge, coming out in a back alley, not too far off from where Normal's is, rounding the same corner where you guys linked up earlier in this day when you're heading to Normal's. You guys head past down through the street and entering that same uniquely paved alleyway that curves out. All the stalls do seem to be closing down for the day. There's not too much activity with some of the children. I see a ton of some guards walking out from some of the shops with new little trinkets in their hands, smiling. There seems to be almost a jolliness to the air here. Until you guys do round the corner and the presence starts dwindling. You get to the same point before where all those chalk sigils were drawn in before, and all of them do appear to be gone at this time.
Oh.
You guys continue. You still feel that weird presence of you're in a city that's bustling with people, and everything's just quiet and alone here. You walk forward until you round the corner, and you see the same tilted store shop label. I forgot what it's called. Sign. I forgot the word sign, everyone. Yeah, the tilted sign that says normal shops of normal things. The same greenish house with the silver still kind of flowing up on the outside, and the door is closed at this time.
I will knock.
You knock on the door. Nothing happens. Nothing's heard.
I go.
I'm gonna call up for normal.
Yeah, I was about to.
You shout out normal. You wait a few seconds. You don't hear any sounds coming in from within the building itself.
I also say Christiana.
A few more moments. Doesn't seem like anybody is home at this time.
Okay.
Hmm.
Maybe that was a different normal that came.
Maybe.
Oh,
That's a good possibility.
okay.
You wait a few more minutes.
Maybe not a different normal, but a different time period of normal.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Everything does seem silent.
Okay, Andy probably just gets like a chill down his back. He's still wet in the night air, and is just kind of like, kind of
Right.
creeped out by everything.
A nice chill breeze goes by and sends a shiver up your spine. Look around in this area that you had seen earlier today, just covered with banana cream, and
Yeah.
remarkably, there's not even a sign of what had gone on here earlier today.
I guess there's nothing else to do. Do you want to get some dinner? I guess.
Yeah, let's go get something to eat. I'm getting a little hungry.
Okay.
And then we'll head over to the dance.
The tabaxi.
What part of the city would you guys like to go eat?
Well, I normally go to the rainforest place, but I know that place is closed right now. So I ask Serenity if she has a favorite spot.
Not really. I haven't been here long enough to find anywhere different. I'm still trying to figure out my way.
What are you guys looking for?
I think just somewhere where we can, maybe like a cafe. Is there a cafe around?
Okay. You do look around as you are walking back down through the alleyway. You can see there is one place nearing the actual corner, the edge of this street where it goes back to the main ring that it's off of, the third ring. An old wooden rustic kind of shop that seems to have a sign with a coffee cup on it, and it says the Evening Brew.
Nice. Yeah, let's
Wanna
go
try
here.
it?
Yeah, I feel like, we already had some food at Paul's. Let's just get something small and then we can meet with everybody.
Something to maybe get rid of some of this chill that we're getting.
Yeah, something to warm us up.
You guys walk inside, and it's a pretty humble yet small place. There's as you walk inside, you can see two raised sections with little staircases up to have two small dining areas with a main center as well. And then one bar at the back that does line. There does seem to be a brown curly-haired satyr that seems to be running the shop itself. He's got hair that kind of comes up in a curl, and then it almost seems like his face is very square afterward, and it kind of lines the rest of his body. And he seems to be just talking to a gentleman at the bar, kind of like friendly, just kind of a glass around. One person does approach you. Seems like a human woman, kind of small nose, brown hair. Doesn't seem to be any type of mystical being, just a normal human. And she's like, "Hi, just two."
Yeah.
Just two.
Any preference of
Please.
seating, outside, indoors?
Inside.
Definitely indoors.
Do you have a booth?
We don't have any booths, unfortunately. We got some tables in some of the corners if you want as well.
That sounds good.
Okay, this way, and she leads you over to the left. You can see next to one of those like raised platforms beyond the staircase, there seems to be a table in the corner with 3 chairs on it, and she walks you over to it. Anything I can start you guys with?
Cup of tea.
I was gonna ask, do you have a hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate and tea, just normal strand,
Just
or
normal.
do you want it? Okay, I can get you some nice green tea. I think we got some of that cooking right now. That
sounds
heating up.
fantastic.
Very well. And she walks over to the bar. And you guys are alone. You can see there's a few people in here. No, one person on the raised platform next to you, but in the back corner, so not directly up where you are. Few people at the bar. Doesn't look like the busiest place, but definitely there are some patrons in here today, and you guys are by yourself.
Does it look like there's anyone in this place that we might recognize?
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll 2.
That's a dirty 20.
20.
That's a 7.
7. Andy, you don't catch anybody that seems particularly familiar. You do see some people across the way that do have similar gi to what you normally wear, but no similar faces that you see, maybe from different teachers or different grades or levels that you might be in. Serenity, you think the guy at the bar you might have seen at one point, but you're not sure. Not the owner, but the one he's talking to. It's kind of hard to see it. He's not looking at you, and his back is to you, but you're like, I feel like I've seen the back of that head before.
Is it warm inside of this cafe?
It is fairly warm. You can see there is on the side next to you on the wall. There seems to be a fireplace that's actually built there. Nothing too fancy, but you know, especially in this ring of the city, the third ring, having a fireplace even to that capacity is actually a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, I'm gonna take off. I have that like open green shirt that I got earlier today from Leroy. I'm gonna take it off and put it around the back of the chair so that it dries off a bit.
Okay.
And yeah. And so now I just have the sash.
A few moments later, she comes back over. Here you are. Hands out both of the cups to you guys.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
And she taps the table for a second. With a little turn. Let me know if there's anything I can get you. We have small meals, but we're working with what we got.
Do you have any muffins?
I can go see. Anything
Okay.
for you? You're a woman right now, right?
Yes.
Anything for you, man?
Yes, I'm. I don't know actually. Maybe some toaster. Like, maybe. Do you have any soup?
Yeah, do have some weird special that we actually got, and we're trying it out. There's a silk Call Noir soup that we do have. There's it's a mixed flavor. It's dwarves. They have weird things. Do you want to try it?
Yes, I'll have a small cup of it, please, or small bowl.
Coming right up. Muffin soup, and she runs off.
I think Andy probably finally seems to calm down a bit. He's been on edge pretty much the entire time, but is now that he's somewhere dry and warm, he's just like, I don't think I ever want to go down into the pipeline again. You?
I hope I never have to.
I really didn't like that lady.
Yeah.
If she was almost not even a person.
Well, I guess maybe from being a part of Fate's favor, as long as she has, maybe her humanity has left her.
That doesn't happen to Paul.
It might be the way she went about using Fate's favor, because it seems like she was part of it a lot longer. She might have become more of she might be, I guess, corroding it. She might be a problem inside of the chain now.
But like,
so he's inverted the power.
I feel like anything that does that to someone can't be good.
Well, not all evil in everyone's eyes is evil.
I guess not. But I mean, if it's hurting people, I mean, she's eating lost souls
Yes.
And I mean, Fate's favor is responsible for that. She wouldn't have had the power to do that without it.
Well, it might have been something that started out as malevolent, and she just took it to an extreme.
Maybe.
Like
No.
some people can drink a glass of wine in a month and be perfectly fine, but other people have to drink barrels just to go to sleep.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's a little different. This is a entity that has power.
Oh yes.
I don't like it. Makes me feel itchy.
I get that. But we also don't know who or what fate's favor is, and maybe if they relapse or learned from their mistakes, kind of thing, or just maybe grew up.
Maybe. I don't know. I can't help but shake the feeling that maybe it's just using Paul.
Oh, there's a possibility.
Something about it just freaks me out. I can't really put a word to it. It's just icky.
Mm-hmm. But there's a possibility that it might have been twisted, or there might be two sides of this coin.
At this time, when in this pause, lady comes back and she's just like, here. Just able to find something. We got full crisp muffins from the Kegel Treetops. I hope you enjoy. She puts it out on a plate for you, Andy. She goes back. Yeah, we actually were making some of this so-called our soup for some other patrons, so poured a little sample out for you. On the house, no worries. It's some weird mountain creature. I don't really know what it is that they use for some meat add-ins, but it's been a popular item coming up.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Andy, would you like to try some as well?
Yeah, sure. I'll take a sip.
I'll pass it to Andy first.
Thanks.
What?
Yeah, I'll take a sip.
The soup itself is comforting warmth fills your lips as it does pass over. It does seem like they use some sort of sauce inside this soup as well, but there are little chunks of thinly sliced meat that are in there as well. It reminds you almost of chicken, but it's not exactly chicken.
Tastes like chicken. And I pass it back. But it's like one of those things how everything kind of tastes like chicken. And I eat a bit of the apple crisp muffin. Is the muffin warm?
Not really. It looks like it
Okay.
had been, but it's been sitting around for a little bit.
I'm just gonna hold it close to the fire for a second.
Okay.
So that it gets a little bit warm.
You gonna give it a little smoky taste to it?
I'm not gonna set it on fire. I just want it to be
No, but when
a
you
little bit warm.
when you cook something over or you heat something up over fire, you do get a little bit of the smoke from the burning wood. That's what I was going after. I'm going to take a sip of the soup.
Same thing. You get that saucy taste, but it's not something you can quite put your head on what it is. It tastes like chicken, but you're like, there's something different.
It's
to
not
it.
chicken.
It's almost like there's a slight consistency change between chicken, though it tastes for the most part like it.
Maybe it's like pheasant or something. Some different bird.
I love how you guys both said pheasant at the same time.
Yeah.
That was impressive, guys.
Well, pheasant is very similar to chicken. It's just a little bit more
It
gamey.
is. It's more of like a wild chicken.
Yeah.
You can't go with duck because duck doesn't taste like chicken.
No, duck doesn't taste anything like chicken.
Or goose.
No.
I don't know.
Quail could probably taste a little bit like chicken, but it's even more gamey.
You guys sip on your tea and your hot chocolate. You have your
Yeah.
muffin and your soup. Is there anything else you
Yeah.
guys discuss, or do you just calm down and have these meals?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a calming down moment.
I definitely spend a lot of time just thinking about fate's favor and just try to figure out, even though I can't know exactly what it's after. I think Andy's just trying to figure out what its intentions are.
Mm-hmm.
He's just worrying over it a little bit.
And just through your mind, just keeps on coming up. Just Rainn might know. Rainn might know. Like
Yeah.
every time you get to an idea and you kind of hit like a roadblock for a second, the first instinct is just Rainn might know. Rainn might know, kind of thing, just going through. And yeah, you guys finish your meals. She comes back. She's like, how'd everything go? You guys enjoy your meal?
It was lovely.
Oh, thanks so much. Something like that. Just I'd say probably for the muffin and the hot chocolate, just 2 silver pieces. And like I said, the soup is on the house. Just trying to get more awareness for our new menu items. Just for the tea, I'd say probably just a silver as well.
I got you, Serenity. I'll hand her 5
no,
silver
Okay,
because I want to give her a tip.
Basically, she's just like, huh,
thank you.
thank you guys so much. You taps the
Of
table
course.
one more time. You enjoy your night.
You too.
And I will definitely be coming back because that was a phenomenal soup.
Me too. I like it here.
I'm glad we can just get some new patrons in here. Not many people come out to the third ring here, but yeah, we're trying to make a ring. Hopefully we'll get some up in the Ascension Square at some point.
What's your name?
Maybe.
Trinity.
Trinity. It's nice to meet you. I'm Andy.
Nice to meet you. You can tap the table twice more before going off into another table.
Yeah, I just drink the last dregs of the hot chocolate, get that little bit at the bottom where it's really, really syrupy.
All right, and you guys make out to the streets at this time. You gauge you've probably been here for maybe another half hour, 40 minutes or so, discussing, drinking, eating, calming down. So somewhere a little after 8 o'clock.
Okay, so how long would it take us to walk to the Rainbow Tabaxi from here?
Where you guys are at, hour and a half to 2 hours if you walked there on the road. Or on the
I figure
streets.
maybe let's get a little closer.
Yeah, let's hop over.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah,
the
let's-
fast
And then
travel, or
we'll-
are you gonna walk?
Yeah. Let's
Okay.
take
Yeah,
let's take the fast travel, do a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, and then we'll.
Alright.
Get a little closer.
So you guys head back
Mhm.
into the streets to the closest entrance to the Undersist, to the same one you came out of. This one you're seeing the same goblin male who was at the entrance as you guys came out and directs you guys back underneath. You guys let him know where you want to go over, and you say closest to the Infinite Rainbow, probably, or in the Rainbow Tabaxi.
I probably know which one it is, Brian. If you tell me where the Rainbow Tabaxi is, I know which one it is.
Do you have a picture of the map up right now?
No.
Okay, well, the Rainbow Tabaxi, I do know exactly where it is in the Infinite Rainbow, and there is a Undersist gateway portal, or little symbol through the wall, probably about a 15-minute walk from where the Rainbow Tabaxi is.
Okay. So yeah, I'll give the corresponding quadrant to the goblin. I have them written down, Brian.
Yeah? And as you let them know exactly where you are wanting to go, so that quadrant of the Undersist is over in Iaduar, and then you're able to, from there, head up and go over to the portal at the Infinite Rainbow closest to the Rainbow Tabaxi. As you guys come out and you see it looks like a Devilkin man who's sitting in the chair, kind of with like reading glasses on, has a book. You guys walk over to the entrance as he's like, I think it's all clear. He looks through. He like kind of pulls a brick out of the way and like to the side and looks through. 2 eyes, just like, all right, you guys are good to go. And presses the button. Door opens up, and you guys are back in a different alleyway over in the Infinite Rainbow.
Yeah, I just say have a nice night to the guy reading.
Of course, hopefully I'll finish this novel sometime tonight. It's ever so dull, these shifts.
I just
Good.
as the door closes behind, I'm just gonna be like to Serenity, man, it must be nice to be able to read.
As you guys walk up, yeah, he stands up and just grabs the bricks and just closes the wall behind you guys.
Yeah.
As you guys take
Okay.
back to the street, you have a few minutes to talk if you do want. Otherwise, you guys will make your way over to the Rainbow Tabaxi.
I'm gonna just like shift my clothes a little bit, so I'm gonna like take off the sash and button up the shirt just to
Okay.
look a little bit more like party ready.
Okay. Serenity, you.
I'm
you
gonna
have
look
not-
over at.
You have not been to the
I'm
Rainbow
gonna look over at
Tabaxi
Andy.
before, but you've heard of the Rainbow Tabaxi before.
Oh yes, I'm always in attire to mingle. I'm gonna look over at Andy and be like, so should we discuss with everyone else what happened tonight?
Maybe later. I guess maybe if Paul doesn't come back, I feel kind of bad talking about it in front of him.
Yeah. I hope he's okay though.
Me too. I don't think that normal would hurt him. I'm sure he's
No, but
okay.
could be shocking.
Yeah. I hope she's not being too mean to him. I don't think he was trying to do anything bad.
No, but it's also could be scary just for this to happen.
Do you trust normal? Do you think she's...
I don't know yet, honestly.
I kind of like her.
She's definitely interesting.
She's really weird.
Well, yeah.
I kind of trust weird people. They're usually more honest.
Because they have nothing really to hide.
Yeah, if they're not hiding their weirdness, why would they lie?
Yeah.
Alright. And as you guys are walking through the streets, heading up your way towards the Rainbow Tabaxi, this is where we will end session 20, part B. I'll have to mash up and see where the times allow for both of you guys to get there. I gotta watch last session to see exactly what time Rainn and
I think we're
Delsin
getting
and
there
Rainn
around
got there.
8:30-ish
Roughly,
is the
so-
idea.
So I gotta see where Delsin and Rainn
Yeah.
get there by and see where things match together. But we will most likely not be playing next week, I'm pretty sure. Brian, you said you're predisposed for the entire weekend, right?
Yes, pretty much. I don't know if I'll be free at all.
Yeah, but hey, we get a weekend. We haven't had a weekend off in a little bit, so we are very much deserving of one. Gives a little bit more prep for me, as tomorrow in game is the day of the gala. So we're getting
Yeah,
you
that's
guys.
true.
We're almost at the end.
Not be at
Party session.
place the
Party
entire time.
session.
And then Rainn wants to go and try to talk to that the illusionist wizard.
Yeah. We'll see what last minute setups you guys have. Let's see if you rewatch this section to figure out all the things.
I saw lots of things and heard laughing noises.
But yeah,
That's pretty fun.
we'll have a weekend off, though we do have some backlogged disaster, which we'll be trying to get one out tonight or tomorrow. I think it's for Christmas.
Backlog.
That's
Do
so
that.
funny.
We might have a disaster cast next week. So we got more content to put out in this 2-week break that we have here, but we'll be continuing from there. Again, as always, please just try to give us a follow, get your friends to follow, 8 more Twitch followers to get to Twitch affiliate. We're so close. We're trying so hard. We're going so far, and hopefully, in the end, it does matter. But,
Thanks for watching, guys.
thank you guys so much for watching, as Vicky just said, and you have a fantastic night. We'll see you for the next disaster.
Woot woot.
Good night.
End card. Transition.